It's such a shame that we are not going to get more hot takes from Charlie Barnett, one of the Acolyte's stars, due to the SAG-AFTRA actors strike, because this guy is just a blessing when it comes to saying the most absurd things possible about Star Wars, mainly because he probably has never actually watched Star Wars in his entire life, and is just being spoon-fed comments by the wokesters over at Lucasfilm and the Walt Disney Company. The latest comment from Mr. Barnett claims he never believed he could play a Jedi because he was not reflected for so many times throughout these films in the past. Hello, Mace Windu would like to say hello to you. I mean, bro, really? Come on. You're the same age as me. You were born in 1988. That means you were 11 when The Phantom Menace came out, when Mace Windu was shown as a Jedi Master on the Jedi Council. One of the most influential and powerful Jedi of the time. Like, come on, dude. Let's get into this. He did an interview with Entertainment Weekly during Star Wars Celebration in 2023 back in April, and he said, I don't think I could have ever imagined myself as a Jedi. Yes, one, because I was not reflected for so many times throughout these films in the past, but it was also something that didn't equate in my mind. I don't know about you guys as well. So he continued saying, so to see such a diverse group played out now, I know that it's going to be a healthy reflection on so many other young people and old people. No ageism allowed in this. It's Star Wars. We can all fit. I think it's going to be a really impactful. It's going to be a cool moment for me, for sure. I can tell you that. So what I do think is interesting here is obviously he's pushing the woke representation narrative that we've seen them, Star Wars and Lucasfilm, the Walt Disney Company, push for a number of years now to their own destruction. You can see the results in the box office. They are now losing money because their box office totals have plummeted and their production costs are extremely high. But it's also interesting, too, though, is that he admits here it was also something that didn't equate in my mind. So he is literally admitting that he has a mind virus that is not allowing him to see people that could potentially look like him in the movies when they're literally there. Because he's clearly talking about skin color. You clearly have Mace Windu there in The Phantom Menace. He's right there. And then even if you don't want to specifically take on his Jedi comment, you can look at Lando Calrissian. Lando Calrissian is there as well. He was there from Empire Strikes Back. He was there in Return of the Jedi. So he was there in 2 of the 3 original trilogy films as well. And then obviously maybe you didn't see him, but James Earl Jones voiced Darth Vader. So come on. So there's plenty of examples here, but again, he does admit here that he has this mind virus that doesn't let him see what's actually there. Amazing that he admitted this. Amazing. I'm actually quite baffled. I'm almost speechless. I'm struggling for words here because he did indeed admit it. But yeah, like I said, he was 11 years old when Phantom Menace came out. Samuel L. Jackson was Mace Windu. He wasn't the only one to do this. You had Daphne Keane, his co-star, also said, it's fun to think that like all the kids out there who will see themselves reflected in us. Barnett then finished her sentence saying, for the first time. It's like, what? People have seen female Jedis. They've been around for a very long time. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, come on. There's plenty of them in the prequel trilogy, and then if you look at the Clone Wars, there's a lot of them. You also see female Jedi in Star Wars Rebels, Ahsoka being the most prominent, even though she's not quote unquote a Jedi at the time. She's walked away from the Jedi Order, but she's still basically she's playing the Jedi archetype character in that show. And then you had Manny Jacinto also saying, this is the first time you're getting to see an Asian Jedi, in Li Zhongjie. It's a pretty big responsibility. Going to see Li Zhongjie inspire a new generation of Asian kids to take up the lightsaber. It's pretty incredible. All these people, all they can talk about is identity politics and race, and that's all it matters to them. It doesn't matter that the character is inspirational based on maybe their morals or the things that they choose to do. You think those might be the more tantamount things that people would look up to and be more interested in. No, it's all about skin color, and that's all that matters to these people. And at the end of the day, that's a racist way of thinking, and that's the way these people are thinking. And it's just sick. But this is what the Walt Disney Company does. They find people that think this way, they put them in their shows, and then they have them promote their shows with this type of thinking, and then they wonder why no one's going to watch their shows and movies anymore. But as I said at the beginning of this video, I am disappointed that we're not going to get to see this guy make any more ridiculous comments like this, because I mean, he's literally only made one appearance at Star Wars Celebration, and he's lit off some huge firecrackers. If you remember the first one, he said he was asked to describe the Acolyte basically in 5 words or less, and he would say, I would say a battle of power. And he said, I mean, the best parts about Star Wars is there is no good or evil. It depends on what side you're standing on, truly. Like, this guy literally thinks the best part about Star Wars is there is no good or evil, when that's the whole point of the movies, is that it's a battle between good and evil. Like, what are you even saying? He then tried to explain himself, saying you can look at any angle and see yourself related through all the characters, Darth Vader to Luke. You know what I'm saying. No, I have no idea what you're saying, because the movies are about good versus evil. It's in the opening scroll. It's in the opening crawl right here. The evil galactic empire. It's in the opening crawl of the first movie. So I am going to be missing off his this guy's comments leading up to the show when it does eventually release, if they are still striking, because we're going to be missing some banger comments from this guy promoting this show that will just turn more and more people off from it.